Welcome back to the channel, y'all. Welcome to another spiritual therapy session. So I have decided today, this is not actually going to be a tarot reading. This is just more or less, I decided to pull from my life purpose oracle cards deck. Um, I don't think I've used this card deck, but maybe once or twice. But I decided to pull this and just basically give some insights on whichever cards that decided to come out, and whichever cards actually resonate with you. Just may have you to kind of take a look at yourself and see if you may have a better understanding about what your life purpose may actually be. And me looking at these cards is kind of like I can just say wow, because like the card at the top of the deck, it says speaker, and I never actually thought I would be a speaker, but hey, here the hell I am. So anyway, let me take a moment to acknowledge and thank the Holy Spirit for residing in my temple, my spirit guides and my divine ancestors, as well as all my angels of love and light. I do rebuke any low vibrational beings and all negative forces, and I command all evil eyes to go blind and any monitoring spirits to go deaf, and any dark energy that does come this way, it will be transmuted into peace, power, love, and prosperity. And I do speak this in the name of the divine so that this prayer does reach the Most High Creator. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get into this. And this is more or less like a little motivational, read. It's not, no, I'm not going to pull any tarot or anything like that. This is just, just something to put out for those that just, what I'm saying, just need to listen to something, need a word of advice or something. I have a tendency to do that from time to time, but I'm going to start with the card that was at the bottom of the deck, which is speaker. It says, your life purpose involves your skill of, what that say? Child, I don't even know. Oration? I ain't never even heard that word before. I guess. Speaker. Well, we just going to go with that. All right. Such as myself, I've always, I'm going to say this, I've always had a lot to talk about, but I've always felt like nobody listened. And to be honest, that was the truth. I mean, it really was. It was the truth. Growing up, I was never listened to. My opinion never mattered. I mean, I never had a voice. So everything that I wanted to say, I just held it back because I felt like it didn't matter, So, but hell, here y'all see who I am today, But so I mean, you just never really know. And I'm gonna say this though, since I have been doing these cards and speaking, it's like I feel like a totally different person. So whatever you have on the inside of you, you may not be a speaker, you may be a singer. A singer is a form of a speaker, So always keep that in mind. You could be in a grocery store with somebody, and if you have that particular ability, if this is your gift, you don't have to read tarot cards or get on the internet or be a public speaker. You don't have to do that to exercise your gift. You know what I'm saying? You being a speaker, you motivate somebody at the gas station. I mean, just always know that when you realize, what I'm saying, how powerful your words are, use them in a positive way, because when you do, the universe will bless you. I cuss. Y'all know I don't, man, hey, when it come to cussing, I tell people in a minute, cussing have saved me years of prison time. 333 on the timer when I looked up. Cussing have saved me so many years of prison time. And I was a little skeptical about getting online because I know that my mouth is foul as shit. I mean, hey, it is what it is, but this is just who I am. I'm not going to sit up here and try to be somebody else. So, yes, I might cuss, but the words that I give people, I always try to give people words to help them. Why? Because I didn't have help. I know what it's like to be depressed. I know what it's like to not have nobody to talk to. You know what I'm saying? I know what it's like to be in a big ass world and feel like you in it by yourself. I don't care who you are or what you've done. I just don't, you know what I'm saying? I just don't like nobody to feel that way, because I felt that way my whole entire life. And I didn't even tell nobody because I felt like, what difference did it make? You know what I'm saying? So that's why now I'm able to speak and I'm able to do these types of things. I didn't even have enough faith in myself to even ever thought that I would be doing some shit like this. But hey, as we can see, I am proof there is a higher power. Because, baby, I be flipping these cards and talking and laughing and doing all kinds of crazy shit. And y'all just be so entertained. And, hey, and I love it. We all love it. We have fun over here on the new clearance rack zone. Children, Your life purpose involves helping, teaching, and healing children. Now, I had 5 kids, and y'all, this is not my profession. I could not imagine running a damn daycare. Ooh, Lord, I could not imagine running a daycare. I could not imagine teaching school. But that's not my calling. But I had 5 kids and I raised them. But for some of y'all, this is for y'all. Some of y'all are excellent with kids. Some of y'all got the patience for them. Children are here to be taught, not trained, but taught. And a lot of y'all understand that. A lot of y'all understand that well, we all understand that children are innocent, but some people have a better bond with children because some people can get off into a child's mind and teach them the right way. Because just because you have kids, that don't make you a parent. I know plenty of people that's got kids, and sometimes you gotta question God and ask why were they blessed with them. I mean, I'm just gonna keep it real. But for some of y'all though, really, like if you working in a daycare center, hospital, delivering babies, all of that stuff, that is a blessing. That is a blessing. That is an anointing that you have on you. That is, it is. It's something that kids require a lot of patience, and a lot of people just don't have it. Me personally, yeah, I can watch some kids. I mean, I talk crazy, but I'm not gonna mistreat nobody's kid. For what? Hell, I was a mistreated child. I know how that shit feel. That's terrible to me. But but for some of y'all, I mean, like that's y'all's passion, and y'all need to exercise that because these children are the next generation. What they're taught as children. That's what helps the world keep going. And we have so much negativity out here for these kids that when a child can run across somebody that can instill just a positive word in them or just show them something small, people don't realize. Say for example, it's a child, and I'm gonna say this. I remember one time I was a little bitty girl. I think I was about 5, and I was in the grocery store at Kroger's. This is when I'm from Greenville, Texas. Greenville had a Kroger's. This was a long time ago. I was about 4 or 5, and back then, you could smoke in the grocery stores and everything, y'all. And this is no lie. This came to my mind the other day, and I blocked out most of my childhood, but I remember this for some reason. Maybe it was for me to share with y'all, but anyway, I was walking around and I think I had went to the bathroom or something, and I was going back looking for my mama, and I seen a cigarette laying on the ground. I never forget this. The cigarette was laying on the ground, but it was smoking like it was still lit up. Well, me being 4 or 5 years old, I'm a curious little kid. I picked the cigarette up. And I mean, no lie, because I've seen people smoke, but I didn't really know what it was about. My mama didn't smoke, my daddy didn't smoke, but I seen people smoke. So, I thought it was pretty cool. So I picked the cigarette up. Y'all, I'm not lying. I will never forget this in my life. A man, I don't know who this man was, but it was a real tall white guy. When I tell you he slapped that cigarette out of my hand so fast, and he pointed at me and he looked at me and he said, "Don't you ever pick one of these up." I never seen that man no more. But you know what? I didn't go tell my mama neither. I didn't tell my mama. But yeah, I ended up smoking later on down the line. But it was just the fact that that man, I'm not going to say he traumatized me. What that man did, he did his fucking job. That man didn't know who I was. I don't know if that was his cigarette that he dropped. I don't know. But it was the fact that when he slapped that cigarette out of my hand, he did what he was supposed to do. He did that. And it scared me. It scared the shit out of me. But I was a kid, Sometimes you got to do certain things to steer a child a certain way. And I knew that that man was not there to hurt me. That man was there to remind me this is bad. Do not do that. So some of y'all, for real, man, this is y'all's calling with kids. This next card, infinite abundance. You're fully supported as you devote yourself to your divine life purpose. Again, whether it be running a daycare center, whether it be, teaching school, whatever it is that you're doing, just say it is with kids or just say it's with the elderly. I was a CNA for a long time. I've done quite a few things, in my day. But whatever it is you're doing, if you're doing it with a good heart and you're doing it for the uplifting of the humanity, if you're doing it for your highest good, man, look, the universe will take care of you. And I'm gonna say this, y'all. I'm really starting to see that. I promise. I'm really starting to see that now, just with me speaking and doing what I'm doing with these cards and everything. Man, I'm starting to see so much. 10:01 on the timer. I'm starting to see so much in my life just change, and it's scary. Not scary in a bad way, but 10:10 on the timer. There it is. 10:10, as in I'm watching so many cycles. They just closing out, and they closing out so smoothly. Like it's crazy. It is. It's crazy. It's crazy. But I just feel like what I'm doing, apparently I was supposed to do it anyway. So whether you are speaking to people, whether you're a nurse, whether you're a doctor, hell, I don't care if you work at McDonald's, you know what I'm saying? And you get a customer that come in there, yeah, they may want to order a burger and some fries. And yeah, there may be something simple to the average person, but you fuck around and get a customer that's on the verge of unaliving themselves. And just you smiling at them and being polite to them might change their fucking mind. So it don't matter what your job is, it don't matter what you're doing, it don't matter where you go. Always walk in a light, because when you walk in a light, you don't never know whose life you saving. You don't never know who you pulling out of depression. You don't never know, you know what I'm saying, what this next person is going through at home. 11:11 on the timer. And when you carry that particular light and you shine that light on other people, the universe will shine a brighter light on you and open up all kinds of doors for you, because you are operating in a higher vibration. And the higher vibration is what's going to trample over all these fucking demons that's walking around here latching on to people. Counseling. You heal with kind words, wise advice, and empathetic. I couldn't get that out. Ear. I've been told all the time, a lot, that I'm a spiritual advisor. I'm this. And I'm going to say this, y'all. I'm keeping it real. I'm going to tell you, I've noticed I'm starting to stumble over my words, and I'm starting to stutter. And sometimes I'll be wondering, you know what I'm saying, is that something that tripped me up? Because I've never had a speech problem before in my life. Never have I had speech problems. I've never had problem with communicating. None of that. But I've been noticing now, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I see what this shit is. So y'all will catch me sometimes stumbling over my words, might stutter and shit. Especially when I'm doing these calls. That's when I stutter the most. And I'm like, man, I don't even stutter in real life. So I already know what the shit is. But either two ways about it, we ain't gonna even worry about that, because no weapon formed against me shall prosper. But so again, talking to people, whatever it is that you're doing, just always do everything that you do with light. Do it with the light, man. I'm telling you, because when you walking in the light, the universe will continue to shine that light on you, and you will be divinely protected against all this bullshit. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the timer. Last card says environmentalist. I ain't never been able to say that word though. You're an earth angel who was born to protect, nurture, and teach about nature and the animals. Y'all, I just had a baby kitten pass away about an hour ago, and I literally held that baby until she passed away. I mean, I did. I couldn't put her down. I could not put that cat down. Um, it was one of the ones we found. We found 3 baby kittens in the backyard a couple of days ago, and she had been doing just fine, and then all of a sudden today, my daughter noticed that she was just kind of laying around and stuff, and she wasn't really moving around, and she wouldn't eat or nothing, for whatever reason, whatever sickness she had, it hit her. And I'm gonna say about 4 or 5 o'clock, I made the decision to just hold her for the rest of the day. If I had to sit in that chair all day, I was gonna hold her. She struggled with her breathing. And about 11:29, she finally took her last breath, and she fought with it, but she finally gave on up, and I held her. So I mean, when it comes to stuff like that, animals and nature and stuff, hey, I'm a sucker for it, because again, I'm a heavy earth sign also. I get tired of y'all hear me complaining about these damn cats all the time, but at the end of the day, I understand why they here. So I'm gonna talk shit about them, and I'm gonna keep buying cat food. That's just the way. That's just how I am. But yeah, so it kind of hurt my little feelings to see the little baby go, but I understand. It's the cycle of life. So uh a lot of y'all, those of y'all that work with animals, those of y'all that work at the animal hospitals and animal shelters, or even if you're just the type of person that grow your own food, even if you ain't growing your own food, you might like to go out there and plant and flowers and stuff. All of that, that's an environmentalist. I mean, it is anything you doing 1441 on the timer that is in reference to nature, animals, loving and giving. The universe is going to give that back to you, because that's showing the universe that you care about the earth. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't doing nothing but picking up trash off the side of the road, people don't realize that is your way of saying I love the universe. People don't realize the universe will pay you back for that, you know? People just, I don't know, man. We live in a world that's just, oh my God, it's sad, man. It really is. It's sad. It's sad how people just walk around here and they just don't care, you know? They really don't. So I'm gonna throw out a self-care oracle, and then I'm gonna get my ass out of this video because I gotta go to bed. I guess I gotta take my daughter to work tomorrow. She's I can't get the cards out the deck, y'all. She is now 5 months pregnant, so I have a granddaughter coming in October, and be my first one. She lost the first two babies she was carrying, but oh, this one kicking her ass. 15:51 on the timer. This little baby. She said the baby stays up all night dancing and sleep all day. I mean, I remember them days. I had 5 of them. But I'm going to give y'all a couple of self-care oracle cards to close this little session out. Like I said, this is not, you know, nothing fancy. This is just a little something. I wanted to use this particular deck for something, you know. And I thought, well, I'm actually tired, and I don't know if it's because I've had a long day. Look at the bottom of the deck, number 29. That 29 been hot on me today. Journal. Those of you that like to write, that is in a form of expression. Writing. I used to love to write. I did, but now my hands cramp up so bad, you know, I can't. But I try still sometimes. But writing is a form of expression. I don't care if you writing notes to yourself or you writing in a journal to yourself. You know, writing is also a form of spell work. It is. It's a form of spell work, good spell work, you know. You write down what you want in life. You write down what you want to get rid of out of your life, you know. You write down, you know what I'm saying, say you got anger issues and you start journaling about your anger issues and you burn that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going to help you. That's going to help the universe help you dissolve it, you know. People don't realize it, but yes, writing has a lot. It's because it's our hands. You know, our hands, this is where our energy comes from. It comes from our hands. So when you're writing, you're spelling. People don't understand that spell. That's words. You have to write. But when you're writing in a positive flow, you're writing because you want to stop being angry, or say you want to write down how you feel when you're angry. That's how you get that energy out of you. You write it down. You write it down and give it to the universe and let the universe deal with this shit, you know. This card says sync with the moon, number 51, which is a 6. You know, it's crazy how I was an older woman. I was 30 something years old before I realized that the woman's menstrual cycle is in sync with the moon. Nobody ever told me that. Do y'all know how dumb I felt? Had I known that, I wouldn't have never got my self, you know, fixed, because I started gaining weight and having a lot of problems after that, you know. So sync with the moon, you know, and especially if you got like teenage daughters and stuff, man, explain to your daughters, you know, about their cycles and stuff. And I say this to a lot of people because I have 4 daughters. And again, I was 30 something years old before I even knew myself that I could have prevented my own pregnancies. All I had to do was learn the moon cycle, because I've always had, you know what I'm saying, the type of body that is on time, you know. That's why I never had an issue getting pregnant. But we don't teach our girls stuff like this. The first thing we do is we take them to the doctor and put them on a birth control shot, you know. So yes, this is sync with the moon as far as, you know, everybody, man or woman. But, you know, I just felt guided to put that out there, man. If you got teenage daughters, teach them how to work with their cycles with the moon, because that will help them from not having to take chemicals and birth control and all that other stuff. They can learn the natural way, the way women did it back in the day. Also, when you sync in with the moon, fellas, you got women, you got daughters too. PMS, I'm just going to keep it real. The moon has a lot to do with that. The moon has a lot to do with PMS. When that moon shifts us into a certain sign, it can definitely affect your woman's moods. So y'all need to pay attention to that kind of stuff, you know. And it's real, because we are the universe. We are the universe. You know, I don't know why people believe that all of that stuff is just out there and it has nothing to do with us. No, it really, really does. We are the universe. Our bodies change drastically with the moon cycles. You know what I'm saying? With all of this stuff. Think about sundowners. Those of y'all that know about sundowners, you worked in nursing homes and hospitals and stuff, and you've had to deal with Alzheimer's patients and all of that stuff, and how when the sun starts to go down, how everything gets chaotic and worse. That is because we are all a part of this universe. The sun and the moon affects our moods. You know, so for somebody that needed to hear that, pay attention. Pay attention. All right, y'all. I'm 20 minutes in this video. I think I'm going to get off here and go lay myself down. I burnt myself up this morning, y'all. I mean, earlier today, y'all. I was trying to fry some bacon. I don't even really eat bacon, but I made some cabbage, so I decided to fry some bacon with it. And, child, that bacon got my ass. I'm talking about it popped, and, man, it burnt my shit up pretty bad. So, I'm going to get off here and complete my night. So, I just wanted to pop in and give y'all a couple of little oracle messages for the evening, I guess, and to hear myself talk. So, but I'm gonna get out of here. So peace and blessings, namaste. Y'all have a blessed day, evening, or night.